I want to talk today about the no driving defense to a DUI charge. Now, there's two elements to a DUI charge. There's driving and there's being under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both. Now, normally in a DUI case, the police officers pull over the suspect or arrest the suspect at a checkpoint or otherwise catch the person in the act of driving. And so driving is really not an issue. But there are some cases where the police don't see the person driving. And those are almost always problematic for the prosecutor. And really there's two sorts of situations where we see this come up commonly. One is when the police detain you at some point after you finish driving. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you're driving home, you pull into your driveway, and one of your neighbors calls the police and says, "Yeah, I just saw Billy Bob drive up the street and he just went into his house and he was all over the road. I think he's drunk." So the police come over to investigate. They arrive a half hour later. They knock on your door. They find that you're drunk and they arrest you for DUI. The problem is that you may have consumed alcohol after you finish driving. And anytime there's a possibility that there was post-driving consumption of alcohol or drugs, those are very difficult cases for the prosecutor to prove. The second common scenario is when a person is sleeping or passed out in their car. So for example, maybe you're at a club or a bar and you're drinking, you're pretty intoxicated. You go back to your car and you decide you're just going to sleep it off, which is really the responsible thing. You know you shouldn't be driving, so you get in the driver's seat and you take a nap. Sometimes you put your key in the ignition to listen to music or put on the AC or the heater. Now the police roll up at some point and they find you in the driver's seat, they arrest you for DUI. The problem is it's not driving, it's not DUI unless you move the vehicle. You don't have to move it very far. You could be just moving it up one parking space. You could put the car in drive and move just a few inches, but you have to move the vehicle. Simply sitting in the driver's seat, even with the ignition on, is not enough by itself to constitute driving. So if you're in one of these situations where you've been arrested for DUI, but the police did not actually see you or catch you in the act of driving, it's likely that you have a very good defense. And indeed, here at Schaus Law Group, we've had tremendous amount of success over the years in helping clients in just these situations ultimately get their DUI charges dismissed.